Hi, and welcome to Denver Speaker's Corner. Today is September 28th, 4 o'clock in the Sunday afternoon. Today we're just going to do a quick roundabout and talk to a few people, get them up here and have them say their piece. We've already had a few people giving their piece. We started before we started recording. And would you like to jump in? You're on.
Okay, I'm on. We've been speaking a little bit on the freedom of speech today, and I would just like to mention something that's before Congress in the Senate right now. It's the Freedom of Speech Protection Act of 2008. It's a bill to ban the practice of libel tourism, which means that if a writer writes something about someone in a foreign country and they consider it libel and they sue the author for money, this Protection Act will protect any speech by an American author written in America and protect them from being prosecuted overseas and having a judgment entered against them.
Is that a good law?
I would say yes. I support it. As a writer, I support it, and I'm actually grateful for the Freedom of Speech Protection Act of 2008 in the Senate right now.
Excellent. Excellent.
Go ahead.
No, you're up.
Good day.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Tall, ain't he?
Last week, as we were talking and sharing, John, who couldn't be here today, asked me about a situation, an ethical situation, what if and that was a situational ethical dilemma. And today I want to share a situation. It's kind of in the story of a parable, and I heard this story and read about it in Reader's Digest actually, and I'm not quite sure if this is a true story. It might be, but it's a parable nonetheless. There was this man who worked at a bridge, or at a drawbridge over the Mississippi River. And his job was to be there and to raise the bridge up when the barges would come through, and then put the bridge back down to allow the traffic to come through. And one day he took his 5-year-old son with him. It was on a Saturday, and he only had to lift the bridge the one time to allow a barge to pass through. And he was eating lunch with his son, and actually the bridge held train tracks for the train to go by. And as he's having lunch with his son, relaxing, it was a beautiful day, and he was on the banks of the river, he heard the train whistle. And he thought, oh my goodness, I forgot about the time. And so he ran up there, seeing the train off in the distance, seeing the smoke coming, and all he could think about was get that bridge down. And so he gets up there, he gets in the control room, and as he finally gets to the controls and begins the bridge coming down, he remembers his son. Where's his son? And he frantically looks around, and as the bridge is coming down, lo and behold, he sees his son in the gear room of the bridge. And his son is playing on the workings of the bridge. And here comes the train. Unbeknownst to the people on the train, as they see the bridge coming down, the bridge operator sees his son crawling on the gears, knowing that his son now is in mortal danger, and he could stop the bridge, and that would cause the train, of course, to meet with disaster. And so this young father was in this dilemma. And here comes the people on the train, and there's his son in the gearworks. And he didn't have any time to think. And instead of stopping the bridge in order to save his son, he let the bridge come on down at the cost of the life of his son. And as the train goes across the bridge, the people on the train were totally unaware of the tremendous cost that had been paid on their behalf for them to continue on their way, for them to continue in their life. And as he looked through that windows of the train, and he could see different people, and who knows the situations that they were in. A young lady going to see her sick mother, other people going to be reunited, other people just going to work, all of them going on with their life without realizing, again, the cost that this man paid, the cost of his own son for them to go on. And of course, this is a parable of the tremendous ethical dilemma, one way to look at it, that God the Father had with all of the people here on earth. As people on earth go through their life and live their life totally unaware of the cost that the Creator, the Heavenly Father, had made for them, in that He offered His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, for our life. And people just go on their lives without realizing why it is that they get to breathe every day, not realizing the gift it is for us to breathe every single day, for us to walk, and for us to live and breathe and have our being on this tremendous planet. And we need to be aware, because as we're talking about these different laws, and we're at a presidential election now, that the choices that people make and the values that we hold for these men that we elect are based upon their knowledge of the Father and the cost that it takes for each one of us. And if we don't have that knowledge, then we will not have the knowledge even of what is right and what is wrong.
Thank you. Excellent. Anyone else would you like to say anything? You don't have to. All right, not a problem, sir. All right. Would you like to say something now? Oh, okay. Always behind the camera, never in front. Next week, always next week. All right, well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for this week. The only thing I'm going to say on top of that is to check out, let's see now, denvergov.org, and look up Denver 8 TV, and you'll see the recorded debates. I was in debate for House District 5, and you can check me out being a fool on TV there. And I guess that's about it for this edition of Denver Speaker's Corner.
All right.
Thank you very much.